getting a lot of work in. Been here for five weeks now, and absolutely loving it, soaking it all up, getting world-class experience, exactly what I needed,
Yeah. So like people who aren't familiar with you yet, they will be in the future, but people who are just now getting familiar with you, what can you tell them about yourself, like your background in boxing?
Well, I'm 21-0, ranked number 3 in the WBO, ranked number 3 in the IBF, 140 pounds. Coming over here, hopefully we'll see what happens in the near future. There's a lot of things happening in the works, but hopefully be based out of here shortly, and you definitely know my name soon.
Yeah, Liam.
James Turner for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to come in here right quick and give my thoughts on the fight between Subriel Matias and Paro for the IBF 140-pound title, and the Aussies have done it again. Up the Aussies, shout out to Australian boxing. We've seen it over the years with George Kambosos, Jaya Pataya, and just a whole host of fighters come from that country that they're not no punks and they can win fights against all odds. And this fight was no different. Paro was a 7-1 underdog. He did what a lot of your favorite fighters 140 refused to do. So I gave him credit. I gave him so much credit coming into the fight because, you know, a lot of the big names in this weight class, they were reluctant to fight Subriel Matias. They found reasons to not mention his name despite the fact that he had a belt. But good old Paro said, you know what, I'll fight him. And he embraced the challenge head on. And I told a lot of Matias fans, and I'm a Matias fan myself, I like Matias, but I told a lot of the Puerto Rican fanboys, I told them, I said, look, Subriel Matias is a very good fighter, is a good fighter, championship fighter, but Paro is more than good enough to help ruin big fights. And a lot of the Puerto Rican fanboys got mad at me and said, oh, well, you're just hating on Puerto Rican fighters, BT, because that's what you do. But I wasn't hating. I was telling you guys, skill for skill, style-wise, that this is going to be a tough fight for him because Paro is no walk in the park. He give a lot of guys 140 problems. So with that being said, Paro is the new champion. You know, just to talk about the fight briefly, Paro didn't do anything crazy. I think he just kept things extremely simple. So when you watch what he was doing, he was just keeping his punches real short, real sharp. One subtle thing that I thought he did very well, particularly in the first round, and it's one of those subtle things that you need to do against a guy like Matias to establish your dominance. When Matias would close the gap, Leo would really push him off of him, which you're not allowed to do sometimes, depending on who the referee is, but he was able to do that, and I think that let Matias know, hey, I'm not no big puncher, I'm not no knockout artist, but you're not just going to walk up on me like these other guys like Ergashev. So I thought that went a long way for him early in the fight, and you know, I just think him doing that, him keeping things really simple, not loading up on big sharp shots, not like being drawn into a firefight and getting Matias what he wanted, and not allowing the Puerto Rican crowd to get too involved. These things paid dividends for him, and you know, it's hard. It's hard when I don't care who you are, when you're a fighter and you're the champion and you go to fight in your hometown. It's hard. A lot of pressure on you to not just win but look spectacular. And Matias, not only did he not look spectacular, he lost. So now we find Matias, 32 years old, 2 losses, not a champion, higher risk, low reward. Not a lot of. I don't think him losing is gonna help him. I don't. Hopefully it does, but I don't, because why would these guys like T.O. or Devin or Ryan or whoever at 140? Why would they fight him now? That belt was his only hope. So now he's got to get that belt back in order to get those fights. And I believe there's a rematch clause in the contract. So it's too hot to be walking around out there, so I had to come back in the house. But like I was saying, I'm pretty sure there's a rematch clause in the contract because I've heard it be mentioned before. And generally speaking, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, they like to have rematch clauses in their contract for world championship fights. So this should be no different. So from the looks of it, it looks like Matias is going to get a chance to win his belt back. But he's going to have to go to Australia because it's only fair. Like, Paro came to Puerto Rico, took his belt, so he's going to have to go to Paro's backyard and take the belt from there. And I think he's going to need to find a way to up his punch volume, because we know Matias is not a one-punch knockout artist. He likes to, you know, beat guys down methodically. So I don't know what happened or why he couldn't get off as many punches as he would have liked. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with Paro and the way he was fighting and just the game plan he had. But him and his coach Panda, they got to make an adjustment, because the reality is this: he's 32 years old. He's high risk, low reward. These guys didn't even want to mention him when he had the belt. So imagine now, you know. So there's that. And look, in the event that the Paro rematch doesn't happen, then there's only one fight to make for Matias, which I believe is Regis Prograis. You know, Prograis coming off a loss. Prograis and him have had a lot of back and forth over the last couple years, and they had a lot of back and forth this week. So that's a doable fight. It'd be a good fight. It's two guys that have been champion at 140, trying to get back to that championship level. It's one of those sink or swim fights, which are always good for boxing. So he's still got options. He's got options. I think he still brings value to the 140 division. But it's Liam Paro's time. It was his night. He became champion, and he has to have his hat tipped to him. I mean, this is a guy, Liam Paro. If I could just touch on him for a second, this is a guy that came here to Vegas 3 years ago. I remember I met him, as you guys saw in the beginning of this video. I met Liam 2021 in November, and he was training at City Athletic Boxing Gym. He was an unknown fighter to most people. At the time I interviewed him, he was like number 3 in the WBO. But look, it shows you hard work pays off. He came to Vegas, didn't have a whole lot with him. Consistently sparred with the likes of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. And look, all that hard work has paid off, and now he's a champion of the world. And now, you know, he's in the driver's seat for big fights, potentially against guys like Teofimo and these kind of fighters. And that's actually a fight I like to see. Like, we know Matias was trying to fight Teofimo. That was a fight. But look, he beat Matias, so he should take the spot in the queue. I feel like Paro, he's obviously a mover, but he's also a guy that has slightly above average punching power, and, you know, just a good solid fighter all the way around the board. And I feel like he's got some things in his style that could give Teo problems. So if that's a fight that presents itself down the road, I'd like to see that fight. But look, we'll see what happens with Matias. Like I said, he don't got a lot of time left. I feel like even though he's only 32, his 32 is a bit more than other fighters 32 years old, because look at the guys he's fought. Not big names, but like, look at Jukumbaya, Ponce, Ergashev, all other higher risk, low reward guys. A lot of those fights were wars. A lot of those fights were fights that take a lot out of fighters. So I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if Matias has more than, at the most, 3 fights left in his career, because that's kind of punishment and just wear and tear I feel he has on his body. But we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What did you make of Paro's performance against Matias? I know a lot of people are rejoicing because they say Matias got exposed and he's not that good. But let it all be known in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.